All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to New York session. I hope you're doing well. Okay, I had to get my glasses so I can see very well. Okay, so we are looking at the dollar index, and like I mentioned, let's go to the daily. I want to see price reject this fair value gap and then make its way up. That is what I'm expecting. All right, and since yesterday they've literally done nothing, so the narrative is still there. Meaning euro narrative is still there. Nothing has really changed, and I think they are doing it on purpose because we have NFP, not NFP, we have rate announcement tomorrow. So they are doing it on purpose so that they can engineer liquidity for them to come back and attack them later. So just be patient with it. All right, they might probably send price up to take out Monday's high before sending it lower. With British pound, as I noted yesterday, I said I wanted to see them trade inside this fair value gap here. Then I'll look for a move to attack the previous week low. So that is what I'm looking for. I like the fact that price has screamed up into that daily fair value gap. I like the fact that price has screamed into that. So where we are, I think there's a nice H4 fair value gap right up here, exactly where I wanted to see them go to. Okay, and I would want to see price reject from here. Okay, I want to see price reject from here. So let's see what will happen. Watch this New York session. It might offer a trade idea, maybe a run above this high, and then we start going down, or they just start going down. But I'll prefer it will form a run above a swing high. So on the lower time frame, you want to see something like this. Then you look for the sell to come back down. Okay. Yesterday, what I was expecting on the Australian dollar, that didn't happen. I was expecting the day, let me remove all that. I was expecting the day to close bullish above that high and then continue going up, but that didn't happen. So above that high, continue going up, but that didn't happen. On the lower time frame, I think okay, price wants to retrace. Maybe it might dip into this because they found a swing high above it and then rejected nicely. So I think they might trade down here and then resume going up because they've traded through the gap, so they might trade down here. Hence, a run above these highs will send price for these lows, and then that's where you might anticipate a continuation to the upside. Okay, so it's a daily fair value gap, and that's where you want to look for the buy to continue going higher. New Zealand did something similar. It rejected the high, came back down. On the H4 we don't have any gap in here, so maybe this will not be a good pair to be trading, but rather this one. Let me go to the weekly and give you the narrative. We've taken out the previous week high, we've broken down, so look for a pullback into this area, this fair value gap, and then sell to come somewhere here, essentially OTE. That gap over there. Okay, so instead of trading the New Zealand dollar, Aussie New Zealand will be a good one to actually trade, so look for that. I think I also was looking for Euro Aussie to move down, and I wanted them to form a fair value gap. I think, and pound Aussie, same thing. Just as I identified yesterday, that we need to close, come back inside the gap, then look for continuation to the downside. So watch this high to this low. Maybe just above this high, just above the high. Oh, this auto block. Let me check. Okay, above last week Thursday's high, the fair value gap during the New York session was not actually traded properly, so watch that area if they can get there. Okay, watch that area if they can get there, and then you're gonna look for a sell to come back and attack this low. Okay, so that is that for the pound Aussie. So EuroCAD, I think yesterday we spoke about this, and I said I liked this one. We traded into the fair value gap. Now, one thing that you need to know is the element of time. Okay, you need to respect time of the day. Hence, even though we had a gap here, we had a gap here, and we have this gap, the main ingredient, right, is time. Price needs to meet with time. So we don't trade in New York. We don't trade in Asian session. We trade in London and New York. So during the London session, this is the level price traded to, and then we started going down. So even though we had this gap and then that one and that, based on the element of time, this is what price retraced to, and then you look for your sell to basically go down. Okay, so I'm looking for that to trade here, and then in case, sometimes this pair is crazy, then you look for this. In case they go through that, then you look for that as a sell. Okay, it's not a backup plan, but sometimes they can wipe out the high one more time, and if they are going to do it, this would be a better place for them to actually do that. Okay. Apart from that, I think I've already spoke about pound. I want to see how we're gonna trade in here. New Zealand CAD. Let's go to the daily. Yes, that was also able to close above previous day's high. So today, not a bad day for a long. I think we can key off from this down candle and then trade right there with a partial profit above previous week high here. Okay, we can trade for that, and then ultimately this one. So that trade is still valid. Dollar yen. So dollar yen, I'm still waiting for the reversal to form. It's traded through this gap. It's now at the second one. Now today is Tuesday, so I want to see the rejection happening today. So watch the last up candle over here. Watch that one. Okay, if we trade through, then you're gonna get yourself long to now go up. So that's a pair that I'm personally hunting for a trade, and I'm waiting for the reversal. Now there's no guarantee that it's gonna go up. That's why I'm waiting for the reversal. If it gives me the sign, then I'll take the trade. If it does not give me the sign, then I'll let it go, right? Because I'm not controlling this. Even though I'm expecting a higher prices, I'm not controlling it. So I'm waiting for the sign that we will go back up. That's when I'll engage. Until then, my hands are off the table and then sitting and waiting. Dollar CAD, something similar. I was looking for, based on the weekly, I'm still looking. It has not changed. I want to see price go up here. On the daily, this is how we closed yesterday. So we rejected the previous week low on Friday, and that means price needs to come here and then there. This and that for now. And on the 1 hour, we've broken above the high. So I think we should be going up. I don't see any nice pattern that can be used for the trade long, but I think we're supposed to be going up. The only key level would be this gap here. So if you want to buy, then you're buying this New York session gap to send price higher. Okay. Gold. So gold, we did manage to close above the gap, and then I mentioned that if price can close above previous week high, then I'll be interested in going long. So waiting for today to close. If today closes as it is, we have a gap, we have a volume imbalance. So it's likely gonna send price higher. On the weekly, we'll have a reaccumulation or close above a down candle, so we are likely going to continue going up. Hence, I'll start looking for reasons to go long. Maybe it might pull back before doing that. If it does, watch the let's see. First, watch this volume imbalance. That's the first key level. Then, wherever price starts pulling back, the OTE level, so below 50%, exactly here, you start watching that. So this will be the two levels to keep an eye on if today closes bullish. Another thing that I'm watching as well is a potential market maker buy model that might be forming. If that might be the case, then it might just dip, reject, and then go higher one more time. If I see that forming, then I will not be hesitating to get long when we dip below this low and then it starts rejecting. I'll start looking for the buy. Okay. Crude oil. So crude oil, I was expecting them to attack this low, which I'm still expecting it. We've had Monday, Tuesday, weekly closing bearish, so I'm expecting lower prices. Maybe it might come back to this level one more time. Right here. Above it on the 15 minutes time frame. We'll check on the 5. Okay. So we do have a nice auto block just above this high, and then right here we also have that level. We had a quick move away from there, so I'm not surprised price is coming back to that area. So let's watch that area for the New York session and then see what price will do when we get there. Okay, and then finally ES. So ES, yesterday I got a nice trade, but it didn't quite get to my ultimate target. I was looking for them to go for the previous week high. During the New York session, I bought this fair value gap, looking for 2 to 1. Actually got out right here as a partial, and I was expecting them to continue going up to that level, and it didn't do it and came back down. So the idea still stands for a move to attack the previous week high. Okay, the idea still stands, not just the previous week high, but the monthly high as well. So this might be just forming the low of the week, and then we come back up. I think maybe here. That would be a good level for price to react off from and then go higher. So watch Thursday's low, or even where we are now, because we've come back to the monthly opening price. So it can use that as a support level and then take price higher. But I would want to see them take out this low and then go up. So during this New York session, watch a quick run down with a quick rejection. Then you look for the move back up above the previous week high. Someone is asking, is gold a buy or sell? Gold is a buy, it's not a sell. Okay, I'm not looking to sell it, I'm looking for a buy. As a matter of fact, it's based on how today is gonna close. Okay, not just going and buying, but today closing above previous week high, it's a buy. So I'll be looking for either a pullback to reject and go up, or once the day closes, then tomorrow I'll look for the buy to continue going up. But whatever happens, we are looking for continuation to the upside. And then that concludes the ES. Now let's turn our attention to the crypto market. So AI16Z, as we notified yesterday, price is gonna attack this low, likely, and I think it's on course to do that. We rejected the fair value gap, so 0.2234 that's where price is going. We're gonna dip in here, and then we want to see a quick immediate rejection. Solana, same thing as we identified yesterday. They're gonna attack 140.40, and then we can make our way back up above the previous month high. Bitcoin, same thing, this low and then that low, based on the weekly here. For now, Bitcoin, that level, so 92,829, that's where price is going. So look for continuation to that equal low over there. Ethereum, same thing, price is going for the previous week low, so look for a sell to attack the previous week low, and then we'll see what will happen. And then finally hype, because this is the one that I gave in terms of trade ideas, to sell the up candle, expect price to trade to 50%, and then be done, because we might reject and go back up again. So attack the previous week low, I guess. No, I lie. OTE level, okay, and then we expect price to reject. XRP, they've already done that. They've gone for the previous week low. Now with Bitcoin still not at the previous week low yet, this might be another level it might reach for. These lows might be another level they might reach for. So XRP 2.0355, that's a good level for price to reach for. Okay, so XRP, look for continuation to the downside to attack these equal lows. Tatsuo, same thing, they're gonna reject this and then attack the previous week low, which is right here, and then maybe a rejection. So this, and they can stretch it as low as the 0.0014 level, which is here. Okay, and once they take it out, that is when you can start anticipating a rejection. But keep a key eye on Bitcoin, okay, because when they start going up, that is when the others will go up. Until Bitcoin takes out this low, don't start looking for longs on the other cryptocurrencies. Just watch Bitcoin, let it take out the previous week low, and then start giving you a rejection. That's the only time you can engage in longs. When it takes out the low and it's rejecting, and with the rejection, you want to see energy, like big candles coming back up, right? That's when you engage. And then finally, this is Chachki. Yeah, so Chachki, that level, I said we didn't want price to close below this, and if they do, then they might aim for this low. You can see they've clearly closed below it on a H4 basis. It's not bad because it's on the H4, but since they've actually closed it and it's not shown on the daily, I still go for a continuation to the downside. So in other words, what I'm saying is this is not supposed to happen. Okay, this was not supposed to happen. So the fact that they've closed it, that's a pullback, that's a range, and then it will continue going lower to attack this low, and then maybe a rejection. So they are all following what the Bitcoin is doing, and whatever it does after it takes out the low, then look on these cryptocurrencies to see what price is likely going to do. Because if Bitcoin takes out the low and it does not reject, then it means the cryptos are going to continue going down, right? But I'll be here. I'm just giving you the heads up because, you know, anything can happen. If all of a sudden there's a big move that shoot price down, you don't want to be caught surprised, right? And like I'm saying, if it goes there, just wait. The fact that we're expecting bullish price action doesn't mean price is just gonna go up. Now the high that we are aiming for is a monthly high. It's not a weekly high. If it was a weekly high, then we would expect them to take out the high like during the week. But since this is a monthly high, it's gonna take time. It can do it within this week, but it's not guaranteed, and we don't know when it's going to do it. So just follow what it's doing right now. Go with the flow. If it's going down, go with it, and then stay with it. And if it starts reversing, you will see it. It's not gonna hide. If it starts reversing, you're gonna see it, and then you can take advantage of it. Okay. So that is that for the cryptocurrencies. Now I would want to revisit the EuroCAD. Okay, I want to revisit the EuroCAD. Since Monday did not actually close below Friday, it still it leaves the Monday high as a potential level that they can run. So don't get caught into wanting to be right. If you take this trade, don't get caught into wanting to be right. If it goes up there, stops you out, no problem. Sell right here and then look for continuation to the downside, because the logic is actually on the weekly and monthly time frame. So these highs can still be taken and price can continue going lower. All right, so just bear that in mind, and then everything will be fine. So without wasting too much time, thank you all for joining. I'll see you same time tomorrow. make sure that you don't do too much if you're going to trade, because the rate announcement tomorrow on the dollar index is gonna move price aggressively. Okay, so if you get caught into a trade and you can't get out, tomorrow can cause either pain or gain for you, because the rate announcement can move price in such a way that it's either you'll be happy or you'll be miserable. And here I don't want people to be miserable, so just be careful. I think the best trade is what I've given you so far, EuroCAD. Apart from that, the rest is a gamble. So I'll see you, and hype. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Take care.